You know, there's checks and balances in our government by design. The Supreme Court, the executive branch of the White House, and the Congress. And the Congress is split into the two parts, you know, the House and the Senate. These checks and balances keep our government from going out of control. In his first 9 months in office, President Obama appointed more czars than the Nikolaevs did in the entire dynasty. We don't need these czars. Most of them duplicate heads of state, or most of these duplicate cabinet members, jobs that are paid out hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and quite frankly, the taxpayers don't need them. We have a rubber czar. We have a transportation czar. We have czars for every position conceivable. What we have are elected officials who are supposed to be doing their job, and if they're not, they need to be replaced, not amended or appended with an extra czar. Our Congresswoman, Jackie Speier, has been silent on the matter of czar appointments. She hasn't tried to rein the president in one bit. Instead, she's conceding position and authority, allowing it to go unchecked. When foreign heads of state come to visit, Benjamin Netanyahu, an ally of the United States for decades, was asked to politely leave at dinner time without so much as an accommodation. Again, our representative Jackie Speier was silent on the matter, made no effort to reach out to Benjamin Netanyahu, made no effort to rebuke the president for his inappropriate behavior. Friends, we don't live under a dictator. We're not living in Venezuela under Hugo Chavez with a feigned democracy. We live in America with checks and balances, and when a president oversteps his constitutional authority and tells a foreign country where they can or cannot build houses in their own capital, it is incumbent on our representatives to stand up and remind our president that he is constrained by our Constitution and limited in his authority. Jackie Speier has been silent on any of these matters and doesn't speak up in defense of the Constitution. When a state passes a bill, the president rails against it. She doesn't remind him that the 10th Amendment limits the federal government by preserving the rights not specifically given to the government for the states. She didn't remind the president that it's inappropriate for him to dress down the Supreme Court during his State of the Union address. The Supreme Court is an independent branch of the government, providing checks and balances for unconstitutional laws. Perhaps if Jackie Speier took the time to read the Constitution, she would understand this. I tried to show her a copy of the Constitution at a town hall meeting, where I challenged her on the authority, by what authority the government has decided to seize the healthcare industry, the automotive industry, the banking industry, the investment industry, or possess 50% of all the mortgages in America through Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Her response was simple retort: we have the right to pass laws. What Jackie Speier doesn't understand is that the laws Congress passes have to pass the muster of the Constitution. And it's the role of the president to provide that safeguard, and if both Congress and the president refuse, the Supreme Court stands up and says, no, this is an unacceptable law. And when they do that, the president is not permitted to dress them down for fulfilling their checks and balances role in our government.